Welcome to another Meeples and Milkshakes Board Game Cafe unboxing video. I'm Jim. We have like 8 or 9 boxes, something like that, from a few different sources. Some cool new things showing up. Let's get right to it. First up, we're going to see a couple more of these somewhere in this box. We have some, well, skeletons. It says Swordsman, Battle Captain, and Archer. Those are pretty cool. I'm impressed that they can be shipped that and stay intact when they're so dainty and frail, but nicely done. Roll for initiative, that's a good company. We have a couple Honey Buzz Deluxe components. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get any more copies of Honey Buzz, but if you did get Honey Buzz and you want some Deluxe components that are pretty sweet, then we have them here for you. Here's some more of the skeletons. We have Spearman and Battle Captain skeletons. These are special ordered. And Archer, yeah, so there's 3 of each. I guess the one came in a set of 3 and the rest are all separate, but they're the same thing. That's interesting. Then we have a restock of Poetry for Neanderthals, the game by the Exploding Kittens folk. You have to get your friends to say a word, but you can only use monosyllabic terms in order to get them to guess. If you use a word with more than 1 syllable, then you get bopped on the head with this inflatable club, which is kind of silly, but it could be fun. I have not played it yet, but sounds like it could be a fun party game. Next up, we have a very cool 2-player game called Imhotep the Duel. Phil Walker Harding designed this. I have played this quite a few times. Love this game. It is a very, as it says on the box, very high strategy, low luck game. Lots of player interaction. You are doing some set collection, and basically there's a bit of point salad going on. There's all kinds of different ways to score points. Very, very strategic game. An excellent, quick 2-player game, and one that is pretty easy to learn as well, and set up and tear down is very fast as well. That's a great one, Imhotep the Duel. And we have a restock. We haven't had this in ages. This is War Chest, another good game that's good at 2 players. Now it can play more than 2 players, but it's, I think, maybe most often played at 2 players. I'm not going to say necessarily best at 2 players. This is an abstract strategy game, kind of chess-like in that you have some special movement rules for different types of pieces, but there's a lot of differences as well. The cards explain the different rules for each piece that you have. You can play it in teams, which is very, very fun. I've played it that way, and I've played it 2 players. I may have even played 3 players now that I think of it. Does it play 3 as well? I think it plays 3 as well. I think I've played it, yep, 2, 3, and 4 players. Very neat, and I love the box that it comes in. It comes in an actual nice chest. I wish I could open it up and show it to you. They did a very nice job on the box and on the insert. This is a game from AEG, War Chest. Then we have a WizKids game called Super Skill Pinball 4Cade. This is a roll and write game that simulates a 4 different pinball tables. This game is by Jeff Engelstein. This has been getting rave reviews over the last 6 months as people have figured out how cool this is, and we had a few in last week. They were all gone, and now we have some more, thankfully. Now a game that I keep hearing people talking about. I haven't had a chance to play it or even really research it, but we thought, why the heck not bring it in? This is a 2 to 4 player game, Sherlock 13 by Arcane Wonders. They make very good games, and the art is by Vincent Dutray, so that should be you know, a good reason to buy it just by itself, because the art is gorgeous. You can see has some nice screens for hidden information. So one of Sherlock Holmes, John Watson, James Moriarty, and Irene Adler, and other notorious characters are prime suspects. One of them is the criminal, but whom? So very, very interesting looking game. Maybe one that we should have in our cafe library, but in any case, these ones will have up for sale on meeples.ca and in store. Then a game we haven't restocked in a long time, but I've been hearing from other store owners that they've been doing great with this game. They've been selling a lot and it's been very popular. We only brought it in the one time, and so never really got a chance here to build up momentum. But I think this is a gorgeous looking game and definitely worth trying out. We do have it in our library, so you can come down and give it a try. And then if you enjoy it, you can take it home. That's Truffle Shuffle by AEG. And then because we keep running out of this game, which makes a lot of sense right now, we have a full case of Codenames Duet. Codenames is the awesome word guessing game. Usually it's a party game for teams, large numbers of people. This is the two-person variant of Codenames. This is actually cooperative instead of competitive. Very neat, slightly different version of Codenames. So if you, like everybody else, is stuck at home with very few people to play games with, this might be now the time where you switch from playing Codenames to Codenames Duet. And there it is. We have lots available. See how long that lasts though. Awesome. Okay, so recently had some conversations with a store owner who is much better than I am at understanding family and kids games, and I asked her for some suggestions on games to bring in for kids and for families. And this was one of the 3 or 4 that she recommended. They're all from Amigo Games. She's a huge advocate for Amigo Games. We do have some in the store that are in our library and even for sale that we've really enjoyed, but you know, we hadn't really looked deeper into their catalog. But here are a couple new ones. This is Clack. I have not played Clack yet, but you can see, we'll take a look at it together. It says the magnetic game that clacks when you stack. It says Clack's constant action and easy to learn rules have made it one of our top selling games. Kids love the fast play and the way the safe magnetic discs connect with a satisfying clack. It's the game with the magnetic attraction. Roll the dice to get a color and a shape, then race to stack up all the magnetic discs with that combination. The player with the tallest stack wins. So just 5 rules in this game, and it's for ages 5 and up. So if you're looking for something for the younger members in your family, this could be right up their alley. There you go, that's Clack. And then another relatively new game that was flying off the shelves when it first came out. I think we were down to our last copy, so this is good timing to get more. This is MicroMacro Crime City. This game comes with a little magnifying glass because you're going to need it. It's almost like a Where's Waldo type thing. This huge map with lots of detail, 120 cards with 16 exciting criminal cases. Welcome to Crime City, a city with crime lurking around every corner. Deadly secrets, sneaky robberies, and cold-blooded murders are commonplace around here. The local police are no longer in control of the situation. Therefore, your investigative skills are now required. It's a cooperative detective game. Together you will solve tricky criminal cases, identify motives, find evidence, and convict the perpetrators. A keen eye is equally as important as clever deduction. This is real detective work. So, this is getting very, very good reviews. A lot of buzz on Twitter and different places where people are talking about it. Glad to have some more in before all the stock is unavailable for me to bring in. So there we go, a few more copies of MicroMacro. Now this box says I cannot sell this stuff before Friday, the 12th of February. Fair enough. And this is Trek 12. So Trek 12 is a roll and write game, roll and write adventure game by Bruno Cathala, famous designer. Let's take a look at these together. So it says Trek 12 enables you to trek through the Himalayas, open new routes to the summits, carefully map the area and set up your lines, but be careful on the most dangerous paths. Wits and nerve are necessary to make the best choices to boost your reputation and, who knows, to become a legendary alpinist. It says it takes 15 to 30 minutes a game, which is nice. It doesn't overstay its welcome. It has a solo mode and it plays for ages 8 and up. There are 3 different game modes in here, so lots of different ways to enjoy the game, and they even have a QR code there that shows you the rules. You can learn the rules in 5 minutes and get playing right away. So we brought in a bunch of these, and I believe we got, maybe not in this box, but maybe in another box, there's a demo copy, which is awesome because we'll have this in the library. Let's see if it's one of these. It's probably not one of these. Nope. So there's going to be another copy in the next box, or one of the boxes coming up with a demo copy. All right. So this is something we were out of. This is the 5 to 6 player extension for Catan for the base game of Catan. You don't need any expansions for this. This is just to make the base Catan play 5 or 6 players. Normally it only plays 4. We were sold out, and now we've got lots. And another Catan. This is Catan Junior. We were sold out of this as well. This is the ages 6 and up version of Catan for 2 to 4 players. It plays in 30 minutes. I've heard very good things about this. I have not played Catan Junior. My kids were too old. They were playing regular Catan by the time we started playing these games. But I have heard from families that play it with their kids and they love it. And in fact, one person actually enjoys Catan Junior more than regular Catan, for what it's worth. So there you go, Catan Junior. So here's that demo copy of Trek 12 I was telling you about. So we'll put this in the library. Let's take a quick peek inside. There's some dice, there's a scoring pad, there's a rule book. Oh, I thought it was a big fold-out one. It's not. There's a couple different versions for different languages. And a soloist Trek manual. So here we have the different, there's a couple different, or actually three different pads for different mountains, which is kind of neat. And then, oh yeah, so I forgot about this part. So this is like a campaign or legacy type game. I forgot about that. And here's these cool custom dice. Let's see. I don't know how we're going to put that in the library if it's a legacy game. Yeah, well, there you go. There's lots to this. Challenge envelopes. Here we go. Each challenge envelope contains a new test in order to enrich the game. When to open them. After each ascent, once the totals are in, check if any players manage to meet one of the remaining challenges. Okay, so there's like different challenges you're going to play, and once you get them, then you can unlock these different challenges. Maybe we'll just open all the envelopes and let people play them whenever they want. But anyway, very cool. That's Trek 12. Like I said, it has a solo mode as well. And then we have another 2-player game. This is the first time we've had this because it's actually been sold out ever since we opened. This is Rivals for Catan, a 2-player card game. Have not played this, but I definitely want to. It says Rivals for Catan puts you in charge of one of the 2 factions developing newly settled Catan. Use your unique card mix to create your own principality. Explore and settle new lands. Acquire resources through card play and the luck of the dice. Use gold, resource combinations, and trade to develop your domain. Expand your settlements and cities, recruit heroes, and defend your lands through politics, invention, and intrigue. Use your cunning, become Prince of Catan. So it says it's a perfect way for 2 players to settle and develop the ever mysterious and fantastic land of Catan. Never the same, this casual card game is perfect for couples, family, or any pair of friends who want to explore Catan. And it says it plays in 45 to 60 minutes. So this is one of those games, like I said on Facebook a couple days ago, we're bringing in a bunch 2-player games because we know that that's what people are really looking for right now. So happy to bring this in as well. I also mentioned recently we're bringing another copy of Catan Starfarers 5 to 6 player extension. So if you have Starfarers and you want to get the extension, then here it is. And then we were sold out of Stained Glass of Sintra, the second Azul game. So here is a copy of that. It's shares some mechanics from Azul, but also there's some significant differences in how it plays. So it's quite a different experience from Azul. Slightly more complicated, but still, you know, pretty straightforward to learn and play. Okay, first up we have Risk Legacy. This is a special order. This was maybe the first ever Legacy game. Very interesting that it was applied to Risk. This is designed by Rob Davao, who made Pandemic Legacy and so many other awesome Legacy games since. And so this is a game where you play a whole bunch of games of Risk in sequence, and every game changes the map and the game and rules permanently, which is a very, very cool way to play Risk. So if you're a big fan of Risk, you might want to try to get this in as well. Just let us know and we can bring it in for you. Like it says on the box, what's done can never be undone. Very permanent. We have a couple more copies of MicroMacro. Now we have a special order Padmé Amidala Operative expansion for Legion. Very cool minis in there. And then we have the latest Arkham Horror Mythos pack, A Light in the Fog. This is the 4th pack in pack 4 with scenario 6 of the Innsmouth Conspiracy Campaign. So this is a scenario for the Arkham Horror living card game, which is a great 1 to 4 player living card game. It is a scenario driven, story driven deck building game. You're going to build and evolve a deck for an investigator who's going to be trying to, perhaps with other investigators, solve mysteries in Arkham, the world of Arkham. And this is a lot of fun, and this is the latest pack. So I think 2 of these are already spoken for and 1 is left. Yeah, wow, I had no idea this game was so big when I ordered it. This was on one of those games by Amigo that that person I spoke to recommended we bring in. This is called Duck-A-Roo. First time I'm seeing this, it says flip over a token trying to match the color of the last duck in line. If you make a match, quack Duck-A-Roo, move the duck to the front and collect the token. But remember the duck on the token. If it doesn't match, the player with the most tokens wins. Okay, so a very simple 2 to 4 player game, ages 3 and up. And yeah, this is a big box game, I guess, for little kids. It includes 4 duckies, and yeah, very cute game. And then we had sold out of Bananagrams. I love how they always make our games all dusty with those cardboard, shredded cardboard that they fill the boxes with. But there we go, Bananagrams, as good as new, full of Scrabble-like tiles, and you play speed Scrabble on a table with no board with these. It's a lot of fun, and yeah, we brought a couple of those in because we were sold out. And then here's Bear Down. We have this in the library, but I don't think we've ever had this for sale. But this was one of the games, this is also by Amigo, that the person who I spoke with suggested we bring in, and that just made a lot of sense because so many times families come in and they see this on the wall and they pull it off out of the library and they play it and they have a great time playing it. So why not also have it available to take home? That's Bear Down. And there's going to be more copies in the next box. Here's the last box. We have, like I said, a couple more copies of Bear Down, which we just talked about. And then the last of the games that was recommended by the person I spoke to from Invermere. And this is another Amigo game called Engine Number 9. This is another game with just 5 rules, very easy to learn. And what does it say? Ages 5 to 105, includes 12 toy trains, and it looks very neat. This was, I thought, one of the neatest of the games that I was looking at from Amigo. It says roll the dice and move the board to change the tracks, then chug one of your trains along the rails. The first player to get 3 trains to the station wins the game. So the inside track is the shortest, but it's also the most perilous. If your train's on the tracks, when they move, you may race ahead, but if your train goes off the rails, you start over. Very cool. So a bit of push your luck involved. Very neat concept for young kids to try to figure out balancing risk and reward. And finally, this is not an Amigo kids game. This is a Fantasy Flight Games game for adults or older kids, whatever. And this is a very cool tactical miniature epic battle game in the Star Wars world, of course. And this was special ordered. Excited to bring that in. As you've probably seen from our videos, we have a lot of people here playing Legion that have been happy that we're able to bring in all kinds of Legion items for them, even though we don't regularly stock them. So here's another one, the actual core set. And that's it for this quick unboxing video. We had a whole bunch of new kids games come in. We had Trek 12 come in, Rivals for Catan, restocks of War Chest, Truffle Shuffle, Poetry for Neanderthals, a bunch of special orders, MicroMacro, super cool game. And don't forget the deluxe components for Honey Buzz and Arkham, Catan, Azul, Sherlock, Pinball, 4K, Roll and Write. Very neat. So come on down to Meeples and Milkshakes Board Game Cafe and check out all this cool stuff. We have been rearranging our games a bit. You can see on the shelf now, it was a big mess of all the boxes there we've just unboxed, but you can see we've been putting the games out a little bit differently, face forward, so people can see all the beautiful art. And we're excited about that, to show off all of the great games that we have here. So we're gonna have even more of these out now, which is really exciting. It's been very cold in Penticton this week, and we've been doing our best to make sure that the temperatures here in the cafe are comfortable. We've been bringing in additional space heaters and turning them on as necessary to make sure that things are cool, or not cool, but things are comfortable for people when they're playing games. So yeah, we are still open, of course, and looking forward to seeing you come down with your family to try some of the games from our huge library, ever growing, and have some of our tasty food and drink. So also remember, we sell these games online at meeples.ca, and we do ship all across Canada. You can also get free shipping if you reach $150 in Western Canada and $200 in Ontario, Quebec. Might be a little bit more in the east. I can't remember exactly the numbers off the top of my head, but there is a free shipping threshold all across the country, and hope to see you in the cafe soon. So thanks very much. If you enjoyed these videos, please give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, subscribe to our channel, hit the bell to get notified when we post videos, and until next time, please stay safe and be kind and calm. Thank you. Bye.